Hello and welcome to another episode of
Ames Tonight.
As always, I'm your host, Jim Heinrichs.
And new on the A block, it is me, your fellow raccoon warrior down in the trenches with you, currently on leave, Ryan Pat T.
You still on the raccoon thing?
Yeah, no, like,
okay,
that was like a legit thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, we're losing, it's bad. Like,
Oh.
we have like no one, it's bad.
No one. All
Yeah.
right, well, hopefully this broadcast will get you some recruits. But yeah, how was your day, man?
Pretty good, honestly. You know, some rustling bushes here and there kind of freaked me out a little bit, but you know, they're just like little groundhogs, little tiny squirrels, you know.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen the albino one in like 2-3 years now, so I think he got hit by a car or something, but everyone claims they keep seeing him. So
Oh hey, he's probably out there somewhere.
I'm sure. He's got to have kids at least, even if he does, you know. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I guess we were talking earlier about some movie ideas.
Yeah.
And we were kind of thinking
sure, yeah.
we could share these with the fans of Ames Tonight and just kind of get some
Express
ideas
our
out there.
opinions.
If a production company maybe wants to like take some of our ideas, we'll take your money.
My minimum is
So-
1 billion right now. You can try and negotiate lower, but I can't make any promises at all.
I feel like that's asking a lot, but I guess we'll see what happens with all of these fantastic ideas. So would you like to go first with one of yours?
I would love to go first with one of my ideas.
right.
One of my main ideas is not 100% on me. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but it is something that I think would attract a lot of people. A full, uncut, 3-hour version of Michael Scarn, Threat Level Midnight.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
I know.
I would watch that.
As many people know, the amazing Michael Scott directed and starred in his own movie that took years to make. And due to budget problems and production and actors constantly falling out because they, you know,
it was
jam.
shady. It was shady. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it just took forever, and the final product, while amazing, would just be so much better with a larger budget. Imagine the head explosion scene when Golden Face just murders that guy, you know, just shoots him right in the head. Imagine that was the most expensive shot. That was key to the plot, all right? Now just imagine what would happen if they had $1 million for that scene.
Oh, wow.
That one scene. It would be beautiful, amazing. You can flesh out the characters a lot more. John Krasinski is an amazing director and actor. Imagine him working behind the things.
Yeah, that would be.
You know, it'd just be amazing to see all those characters again. And, you know, everyone's like, oh, let's have a 10th season. But everyone acknowledges that the later seasons are the worst in The Office. So I think a movie is, you know, it's something that's never been tried before.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect, you know. And if you wanted to, you could keep it with the low budget if you wanted. You know, it'd get new fans who are just going through the first time, or old fans that are going through for their 100th time. You know, I think I could just be the perfect movie to try and capitalize on, you know, its success, especially when people want new content instead of rewatching the same things over and over again.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I guess my first one, it kind of goes along the lines of the movie Ratatouille. I'm sure many of you are familiar. It's about a rat who wants to be a chef, and he like teaches a dude how to cook, I guess, kind of. That's a pretty bad plot.
Yeah.
So this is called The Binding of Jake and Maisie. And me and my friends kind of wrote the idea for this a few months ago. And so basically how the movie works is it's like Ratatouille, except instead of a rat, it's a snake. And instead of wanting to be a chef, he wants to be a brain surgeon. Oh, sorry, she. She wants to be a brain surgeon.
Very, very progressive.
Yes, yes. And instead of crawling onto the guy's head to help him cook, she crawls up into his ear and bites nerves in his brain
It's not poisonous
to help
snake, is
him
it?
move. What was that?
It's not a poisonous snake, is it?
No, just
Okay, I just wanted to make
it's a
sure.
corn snake.
Oh,
That's
corn snake,
why her
perfect
name is
snake.
Maisie.
Oh man, hey,
So,
clever
because
pun.
like
I love it.
Spanish, that's important, kids. But yeah, so basically there's a whole romantic subplot, all this sort of stuff. But yeah, it is. It's in the works, and if any studio wanted to pick that up, I'm looking at you, Disney. Let me know.
All right, wow, that sounds incredible, Jim. I got to be honest with you. That's something I'd pay, honestly, good money for, truth be told. But for me, on another one of my ideas, I would say I want, what's the best way to put this? I want DC and Marvel to get together, but I don't want the current DCEU. We all know the dumpster fire. I'm going to be honest, Aquaman, Shazam can't save it as good as those movies are going to be. It can't save it. But imagine what we could do if we had Batman and Captain America.
Just duking it out?
Yeah, just even duking it out or working together.
Teaming up, yeah.
Just have them, initially, they cross universes. This has happened before in comics. It's completely there. The licensing is somewhere out there. And with Disney constantly buying everything, literally everything, it's not that far off that they would buy the DC universe at some point in their lives, you know?
Yeah.
They've bought Fox, they're gonna buy Sony eventually, no matter how long it takes it. They want those Venom characters. I'm gonna be 100% honest here, people. Let's be real for a second. And I think eventually they're gonna buy Warner Brothers. I mean, it's just inevitable at this point. They're gonna run the whole media company, as always, you know? So, I just think it could be anything. It could be Thanos and Darkseid together.
Yes,
they're compared together a lot. So imagine those two being together. I'm sure they would bring a lot to the table. You could even have Galactus, the giant guy, against Parallax. Yeah, good one.
Hey,
throwing the Green Lantern Corps in there. I like it. I know how you like that.
I do. I do like that.
Guardians of the Galaxy and I don't know, Suicide Squad together? Imagine how cool that would be. I mean, of course, it's going to cost a lot of money. Imagine putting all those actors into one movie, but do you know how mind-blowing that would be for fans, though?
It'd be incredible. It'd be the greatest crossover event since Infinity War, which is already Marvel.
I was going to say, it's already Marvel. There we go. It's already in motion.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. And you want to do it right away? Flashpoint. Boom.
Ooh.
Right there. Then just clean sweep all the old actors. None of them left.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah.
And I guess for my last one, because we're going to have to get into stories eventually, I'd like to bring up, it's also a superhero film. It's called The Politicats. And so basically what this idea entails is by day, they're two ordinary feline senators, but by night, they take to the streets as two crime-fighting cats, the Democat and the Republicat. And so their powers are largely based off of kind of stereotypical norms relating to both of the parties. And so maybe the Republicat can build walls with their mind or something.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
But yeah, it's in the works. But I think it would be a really interesting idea, and we could bring together a lot of social issues within our country.
I think so, yeah.
And
but I can feel that. That hits right here, man. That hits right in the heart. I like that.
Definitely. And also, while they're in Senate hearings, since they are senators, they're feline senators.
Senators.
They don't speak English. These are cats.
So it's subtitled.
It could be subtitled, or it could not be. I don't know. Maybe they just say "Oh, hey cat, how you doing? Meow. Oh, okay, interesting."
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we should probably head into the news since we need to get into those. So, you got a story?
I do actually have a story, and
awesome.
kind of not really falling on the cat side, but kind of going with cats destroying literally everything. This has something to do kind of like that, minus the felines.
Huh.
All right. I am a true believer in the saying, quote, "Art is dead." And as depressing as that sounds, I can't help when coming face to face every day with soul-sucking, fun-hating energy that is college. However, art has earned a special place in my heart thanks to an artist named Banksy. This particular unknown artist stuck it to those snobby auctioneers early October when he self-destructed a piece of art he made. After it was sold for almost $2 million, Banksy did this by installing and activating a shredder inside the artwork's picture frame. To add even more comedic timing, Banksy activated it the moment the mallet went down. Whether or not this was supposed to be a statement on buying art or just to spite someone for buying something you can get for $50 for $2 million is still currently unknown. However, this has raised some concern about future works exploding or shredding upon being bought. The fear has been raised so much so that museum works have had to reassure auctioneers that no artwork will be shredded or destroyed to their knowledge. The key words being, to their knowledge. So don't be surprised when I talk about Banksy's portrait of America self-imploding. If you need someone to explain what the masterpiece means, you should probably start watching the news.
Two of America's most powerful men, Kanye West and Donald Trump, met today in the White House. The musician was apparently visiting to tell the president why he is a supporter of Trump, because apparently the president needs people to reassure him that they like him to his face. This came after a couple of tweets from Kanye in which he discussed a few reasons why he supports the president, one of which was accompanied by a picture of, you guessed it, Kanye West wearing a Make America Great Again hat. While it is nice of Kanye to go visit his pal and show him how much the old billionaire means to him, Kanye could have spent his time in a more noble effort, like consoling the most bullied person in the world, Melania Trump. But we'll have more on that later.
Finally, it's time to talk about how the raccoon war is faring for our boys out there in the garbage heaps, fighting the rubbish rats for our freedom.
Oh no.
Today in Crabtree Creek, North Carolina, an enemy trash squirrel water unit was spotted escaping flooded waters to the bank right into Allied territory. The raccoon was quickly captured and sent to Guantanamo Bay for questioning. He will most likely stay in a veterinarian's office for the rest of his days until the war is over. In other war-related news, high-ranking general and second-in-command of the Raccoon Army, Tema, has been located in Russia after his aerial trash panda squad was shot down in Washington. It appears that Tema has been spending his time getting fatter and more obese than a stress-eating pig on finals week. While no information had been secured or confirmed at this time, it is highly believed that Tema has ties to Russia and/or Al-Qaeda. When asked if Tema was an ally to the Russian government, Putin simply took off his shirt to, and I quote, flex on them haters. This seemingly diplomatic relationship will be further analyzed in the weeks to come, as it is believed that raccoons are seeking nuclear weapons. In the meantime, you can help support the war effort by keeping your garbage bins locked and contacting your local trash panda deportation policing force that our glorious leader is not using to promote any specious ideologies.
Wow. And you can find more about that on AP News as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can? Wow.
No, it's very small and it's
real
very
news.
hard. Yeah, we had to hack in to let people know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, the White House is upping its game to stop illegal immigration. Earlier today, Mike Pence addressed representatives from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador to discuss efforts to reduce illegal immigration into the United States. Basically, the vice president said, hey, make them stop and we'll give you money. My parents implemented a similar system in our household when I was younger. The whole, hey, do the things that you're supposed to do and we'll give you money. They called it allowance or something like that. And I seemed to gain more of a profit when I didn't let my friends come to our house. But looking back, it was less of me not letting them into my house and more of them not wanting to celebrate my birthday with me. Anyway, it's nice to see those family values being shared around the world. Although, I guess there's the whole China trying to influence every other country in the world twist that definitely did not happen to me when I was younger. Also, Malik found this picture.
Wow.
Nice.
Inspiring.
Yes.
Just beautiful. And you asked me why art is dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back with more Ames Tonight after this break. See you later.
What are you doing?
Welcome to the B block.
Or as we like to call it, the cool guy block. We had a different name, but
It got censored. So I guess we're going to do some stories now. A man by the name of Stanley Sanderson, who was convicted of raping and sexually assaulting children, tried to use his obesity to get out of his court hearing by claiming he wasn't fit to appear in court. Personally, I don't think he'd be fit to appear in anything other than Sunday Mass. That was a fat joke and a Catholic joke in the same sentence. It'd be impossible for me to think of a satisfying conclusion to this story. And apparently the universe has its own sense of humor. The man who claimed to be too fat to appear in court died in prison due to heart disease brought on by his obesity. Now, this was a horrible man, but you gotta admire the commitment.
Gregory Rodvelt's 90-year-old mother sued him for elderly abuse and won. Gregory was in prison in Arizona at the time, but was granted temporary leave to deal with this matter. Gregory, in an attempt to prove his mother wrong, went to the house that she was selling and Macaulay Culkin that residence. Yes, that's right, he booby-trapped every square inch of the house. There were animal traps on the lawn, a wheelchair that, when it moved, shot an officer, and finally, a hot tub rigged to roll over anyone entering through the front gate. The FBI agents used this unique opportunity to live out their childhood fantasies as they all pretended to be Indiana Jones running from the iconic boulder. In all fairness, the FBI can't really be mad at Gregory because he had a sign in the front lawn essentially saying, "Watch out, this building is booby-trapped." Can't believe his mom won the lawsuit.
A gas station in Jacksonville has had to ask people to stop microwaving their pee before going to get it tested at the drug testing centers, which are just a block away. This rule, which I'm disappointed to admit exists, has angered some of the customers. I say customers with air quotes because none of them actually buy anything. These people are angry because the establishment, where they don't buy anything, won't let them microwave their pee. You know, it's almost like crackheads aren't good at following rules. But hey, they do claim the owner of the gas station just told them to leave that crap outside.
It's October, and everyone is getting into the spirit of Halloween, especially this Louisiana local. Now, Halloween isn't for another 20 days, but it didn't stop this man from seeing a ghost. And I know, before you say it, no, it wasn't the ghost of Gary Busey. This man called 911 because the ghost had attacked him with an axe. When police showed up, this man was arguing with the ghost, but shockingly enough, the ghost wasn't there. The police then looked at the coffee table and found meth. He was just holding on to the meth for the ghost, though. Now that I think about it, the ghost might have been Gary Busey.
Now it's my turn. This man, Officer Roland Clark, might be one of the worst cops I've ever heard of. He's been in trouble for having sex on the job, losing key evidence, crashing his police car after running a red light, and worst of all, killing an inmate after leaving him in a boiling hot shower. On top of that, he used Twitter to claim Bill Cosby's non-existent innocence and said SpongeBob was used to push the gay agenda. You know, this man is so bad at his job, you would have thought that Jim had hired him. In spite of his almost impressive sucking at his jobbiness, this man, Officer Roland Clark, was a finalist for the Dade County Police Officer of the Year award. So who were the other candidates? Was it just a pack of feral rats re-spreading the Black Plague?
Sorry. I know we have all heard the following insult. My mom loves me more than she loves you. And for once in the history of the world, it may be true. A St. Louis mom has filed a federal lawsuit against her son's varsity soccer team. Yes, her son is bad at soccer, and especially given how boring the game is, that's saying a lot. He was not allowed on the JV team because he was too old, and apparently this is age discrimination and worthy of a lawsuit. All I got when I didn't make varsity was a punch from my dad. A fruit punch juice box. He liked to carry them around.
Did anybody ever teach you how to use air quotes?
No, they did not.
First Lady Melania Trump has claimed to be the most bullied person in the world. You might remember Jim mentioning that earlier. It puts her just ahead of Bill Cosby. So I figure, what the hell? She can't be any more bullied, right? Melania Trump looks like she's constantly prairie dogging it. They say behind every great man is a great woman. So who's standing behind Melania Trump? And finally, Melania Trump, with that hat, you look like you unironically carry a waifu pillow and call yourself Melania.
That's it for the cool guys block.
Now, now it's time for the C block, or as I like to call it, the bad boys block. Wait.
We cut to commercial.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here for vengeance. Last week, on the C block of Ames Tonight, a photo of me from middle school was posted without my knowledge or consent. So I have dedicated this entire C block to carrying out my righteous justice upon the interlopers who saw fit to humiliate me. We have Ben Olsen, the man who sought out and provided said image. We have Holly Schulman, the general manager who approved this. And we have Malik Newson, who's here because I needed a third person and couldn't find anyone else.
You lied to me. You told me there was food.
What we are going to do is, since you all find it so funny to humiliate me, we are going to do Nick's Vengeance Trivia,
Oh, gosh.
which is, in fact, entirely focused on me.
Okay.
Let us begin. Question number 1. As you are all well aware, I have been a star member of several musicals in my career.
Okay.
The largest role I have ever taken on was in The Sound of Music. Was I cast as A, Franz, the butler to Captain Von Trapp, B, Kurt Von Trapp, an 11-year-old boy, C, Rolf Gruber, the Nazi delivery boy, or D, Friedrich Von Trapp, a 14-year-old boy?
Weird flex, but okay. I'm gonna say B, because based off of that middle school photo that I showed, you looked a lot like an 11-year-old boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one.
I don't have any context for this. I had a job. We'll say.
He
we'll
doesn't
say,
even go here.
Yeah, I don't go here.
B is correct!
B, I was gonna say B. I'll go with that. I don't know.
Number 2,
I'll take a half point.
Who's getting revenge now?
Give us some
Yeah.
points.
true or false? The girl I went to my first homecoming dance with declared herself a lesbian the following month, and there
my
was
gosh.
absolutely no correlation whatsoever.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm sorry, what?
You need a hug.
Bro, I want to help you, but like I can't give you much more. We can talk after this. I will give you some pointers. Oh my gosh.
I'm
I
gonna.
want to say it's false because I want to be nice.
I'm gonna say true, just because like I want you to have. I want this to be real. Like, 'cause I want this to be more of our friendship. We can talk about this.
I'm gonna go with false.
It is true! Both
I'm
parts!
sorry, but
Both the declaration a month following and the fact that there's no correlation whatsoever.
Do I give him a hug or
None
what?
that
I
can be
don't
proven.
think. We'll worry about that after.
Number 3. As is evident by my Adonis-like frame, you all know I'm in peak physical condition and always have been. I played a lot of sports in middle and high school.
Okay.
Which of the following did I not participate in?
Okay.
A, swimming, B, bowling, C, forensic speaking, and D, golf.
What was C?
Forensic speaking.
Who are you talking to?
What's-
Fingerprints?
I specifically recall a photo of you swimming. And you definitely seem like a golfer, because that's another regular
But does he
sport.
bowl?
Did you see this photo before or after you shamed me in front of the entire internet, Benjamin?
This was in my
Entire internet.
my investigative search on Facebook to shame
Call
you
yourself a journalist,
in
but
front of
you're
our mass viewers.
you're a disgrace to the institution
I
of
think
journalism.
forensic speaking is a trick. I'm gonna say bowling, B.
I'm gonna say, yeah, bowling. Forensic
Final
speaking
answer.
sounds fake, but I believe it for some reason.
Yeah.
Holland, the decision falls to you.
I don't think you can bowl. I have the bowler's physique.
Ooh, I don't. I have the couch potato physique.
The correct answer is D! I have never golfed.
Darn it.
Oh, wait, hold on. What? Okay, explain forensic speaking, though. I need to know what this means.
Moving on!
Oh, God.
As was confirmed by the previous question, I was a part of the forensic speaking team. True or false? I went to state all 4 years I was in forensics.
I'm going to say true because I feel like no one else did that sport.
I'm going to say true because you were the only person who did forensic speaking.
That's, yeah, what I just said. There we go.
I want to say false because false.
It's probably false, honestly. But
It is false!
I'm going to say true. I'm sticking to my guns just because
I did not make the team the first year because they could not recognize my vision.
Anyone else notice he's getting like slightly more German as this is going on?
Number 5! Number 5. Because my musical talents are so widely and vastly appreciated, shut up, I have been a part of numerous honor choirs, which is not at all a nerdy thing, and shut up again. How many have I been a part of?
Senior choir?
A, 8, B, 2, C, 5, or D, 12?
Okay, man, that's a lot of
A.
Okay, so
Two.
like in high school, I know like you could be in like
He said 2. He said 2. Yeah, but he could also possibly go sing for different schools if they didn't have any other choirs. That's why I'm possibly thinking 12, but I'm going to go with 5. So I'm going to say C.
It is A, 8.
8?
Ooh, dang.
I knew
That's a
that.
lot.
I said A.
Okay, I was
so it
right though.
counts.
So
lot,
was it for other schools?
There are multiple institutions that host honor choirs.
Ah.
For
okay.
Wisconsin,
So I
there
was
is
right.
the Wisconsin State Musical Association. There is the ACDA, the American Choral Directors Association.
All right.
And there is the WCDA, the Wisconsin Choral Directors Association.
The more you know.
Then,
The more
Number 6.
you know.
true or false? In a high school production of Tarzan for my senior year, I was cast as a giant orange spider that attempted to eat Jane.
I believe it true.
Oh my gosh! Like, yeah.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt in this one. You had a larger role your senior year. I'm gonna say
Oh,
false.
it's just. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say true
I'll stick with true.
because that's awesome.
It
Yeah.
is false!
Yeah.
I was an orange spider. There is no photographic evidence, but it was for my junior year.
Are you saying there's no photographic evidence just to throw us off the scent? or-
There are 2 more questions left.
Puberty.
I would like to bring up a visual aid for this one.
All right.
Could we please bring up
All right, it's on.
the image
Is that?
What is that?
in question?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
This is a fedora I wore constantly between 6th and 8th grade.
Oh my god.
Oh.
True or false? Did I name it?
Oh
Yes.
my. Yeah.
Very true.
That's got
That has to be
What
true.
did you name it though? Oh my god.
I also
It is
went
true.
through the
Yeah,
fedora.
what did you name it?
Freddy the fedora?
Old Sarly. Your final question of the night.
Sorry, this sounds like a season.
May we have the final visual aid?
All right, what's the other one?
Make it a full screen.
Yeah, make it a full screen.
'Cause I
You may
can't
make
see
it a
that
full
far.
screen.
Yeah, you're just covering a Ben.
Just media player 1.
Media. I like how we're telling them how to
can
do
do
the
it.
show on the show.
There we go.
Oh, double.
Now, since you're all fond of my photos of musical theater, I want you to look at this photo from my senior year musical and guess the context of the musical.
Is it?
Is this A, bar mitzvah in Texas? B, a high school party in France? C, a costume party in Greece? Or D, the musical Rent?
Costume party in Greece.
I could also see this being Rent because I've
Because-
seen Rent too many times.
Well, if you look in the back, you can see like the pillar thing. I think it's in Greece.
oh.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah, I
But-
think I got this.
But remember, they have the whole Bohemian song in Rent too, and that seems like something that could also be in the background for that.
I'm gonna say a bar mitzvah in Texas.
That seems like just because the Stetson.
We require your final answer, Malik.
I'll say bar mitzvah in Texas.
It is B, a high school party in France.
Darn.
Why do you have the YOLO kid in there with you?
That's him.
That is all for now. My bloodlust has been sated, and my vengeance is complete. You may join us next week on Ames Tonight, and as always, thank you for tuning in.